So, class, welcome to the lecture number 11th of the course, Basic Electrical Engineering. So, in this lecture, we will discuss about Thevenin theorem. In the previous lecture, we discussed about superposition theorem. We have superposition theorem, Thevenin theorem, Norton's theorem, maximum power transfer theorem. The purpose of all these theorems is to simplify the network, okay, or to simplify the circuit. So, one of the theorems is Thevenin theorems. Okay, suppose I am saying that I have a circuit, okay, like this. This is a resistor. This is, I'm saying, R1, R2, R3, R4. This is R5. R6, and I have here something R. Okay. So I am saying in this circuit, this is my load, and this is the rest of the circuit. Okay. So you know that load on a circuit, it can change. Okay. So we are assuming that this is the load on the circuit and this can change, and this is the remaining part of the circuit which is fixed. Means R1, R2, R3, R4, R5 and R6, they are fixed. So each time if we will change the load, so we again have to calculate what is the, and we want to calculate the current that is flowing in this. So because of the change in load, okay, there will be redistribution of current in these elements, in all these elements. Okay, so each time I have to calculate, I have to solve the whole circuit, okay, to get the value of current that is flowing in this load or the voltage drop across the load. So what is done? So some method is developed by which we can replace the fixed part of a circuit. Okay, we can replace the fixed part of a circuit by some equivalent circuit. Means this is the fixed part. I am saying I am replacing this circuit by some equivalent circuit. Okay, and the load here RL is as it is. Now what I have to do, since I have replaced the circuit with an equivalent circuit, it is easy for me to calculate the current or voltage that is flowing through the load now. Okay, so this equivalent circuit, it can be Thevenin circuit, it can be Norton circuit. Okay, we can reduce this circuit, we can make the circuit, equivalent circuit, in two ways. Either we can make a Thevenin equivalent circuit or we can make a Norton's equivalent circuit. Okay, so what we are saying by these theorems, what we are doing, this is a technique by which the fixed part of the circuit is replaced by the equivalent circuit, and this simplifies the circuit. Okay, now let us talk about this Thevenin theorem. What does Thevenin's theorem state? Thevenin's theorem state, I have written it, I will explain it here. Okay, Thevenin theorem states, it states that any linear two terminal circuit. What do you mean by linear? I told you linear circuit is the circuit which obeys the principle of superposition and homogeneity. Okay, so it is saying it states that any linear two terminal circuit can be replaced by an equivalent circuit consisting of a voltage source VTH in series with a resistor RTH. Okay, what does it says? It says that any linear two terminal circuit can be replaced by an equivalent circuit consisting of a voltage source. I am saying this circuit, it can be replaced, which is a fixed part, it can be replaced by a voltage source in series with a resistor RTH. The resistance of the voltage source is VTH, and the resistance of the resistance in series with this voltage source is RTH. Okay, this is my RL. So it states that any linear two terminal circuit can be replaced by an equivalent circuit consisting of a voltage source in series with a resistance RTH. So what is this VTH? What is VTH? How will you calculate VTH from this circuit? So if you, how to calculate VTH, let me explain first what is VTH. VTH is the open circuit voltage at the terminals. Okay, and what is RTH? Is the input or equivalent resistance at the terminals when the independent sources are turned off. Okay, so I'm saying how to calculate VTH. What is VTH? VTH is the open circuit voltage at the terminals. Means अगर मैं ये लोड को रिमूव कर दूं, यहाँ पे एक ओपन सर्किट बन जाएगा. If I am removing this load, there will be an open circuit. So what will be the voltage across this open circuit? It is VTH. And what is RTH? RTH is the input or equivalent resistance of the terminals when all the independent sources are turned off. Means we will remove the load and we will see the resistance from this end by turning off all the independent sources. Okay, then we will see the resistance from this end, so it will give us RTH. Okay, so what I am saying, so this is my complete circuit. I am saying I have a linear circuit here, or linear network. Okay, and some load is connected to that. So the voltage across this load is V and the current flowing through this load is I. Okay, so I can replace this network by an equivalent, this linear network by an equivalent network, that is called as Thevenin equivalent network, where we will have a voltage source VTH in series with a resistor RTH, and then we have the load. So again here the voltage will remain same. What is the voltage here? Same will be the voltage here, and whatever is the current flowing in the load here, same current will be flowing in this load, because only when V and I relation at the output terminals are same, identical in this circuit and this circuit, then only we can say these two circuits are equivalent. Okay, now next is how will you calculate VTH and RTH? Okay, suppose I am saying that I have a circuit. I will take a simple circuit right now. So I am saying this is my network. Okay, and this is my load. Okay, so this is my RL. Okay, so this is for calculating VTH. I am saying what I will do, I will remove this load. So after removing the load, how the circuit will look like? The circuit will look like this. This is my network. Okay, so this is open circuit. So whatever is the voltage across this open circuit, because of the sources that are present in this network, it will give me the Thevenin resistance, VTH. Got it? So this is how VTH is calculated. We will remove the load and we will see what is the voltage across the open circuit terminals. That will give us it will be the Thevenin voltage. Okay, next is how to calculate RTH. Okay, for calculating RTH, we will have two cases, because I told you RTH, for calculating RTH, we will see what is the resistance. We will see the resistance from this end, and we will see what is the total resistance in the circuit by turning off all the independent sources. Okay, so number one, RTH means RTH, it can be calculated. For RTH, we will consider two cases. We will consider two cases. So let me take another pen. So I am saying for RTH, we will consider two cases. So in the first case, I am saying, in the first case, if there is no dependent source, so if there is no dependent source, what we do, we turn off all the independent sources, turn off all the independent sources, then RTH is the input resistance. RTH is the input resistance of the network. Okay, looking between the terminals 1, 2 as shown. Okay, so I will show how you will do. You have, suppose I am saying I have a circuit with only with all means this is the case where I'm saying where we have no dependent sources and we have only independent sources. So what we do to independent source, we will turn off all the independent sources. So we will turn off all the independent sources and then we will see what is the resistance. This is one terminal 2 between terminal 1 and 2 and it will give me RTH. So this is the first case with no dependent sources, but there we can have some circuits where we can have dependent sources as well. So what we do, so if we have dependent sources, okay, I am saying if network consists of dependent sources, okay, if network consists of dependent sources, then what we do first is we turn off means dependent sources also means we have both dependent and independent. So what we do, like in the first case we turned off all the independent sources, similarly we will turn off all the independent sources, but we will not turn off the dependent sources. So if the circuit consists of dependent sources also, comma, we will turn off all the independent sources. We will turn off all the independent sources. Okay, whereas dependent sources are left as it is. We will not do anything with the dependent sources. After that, what we will do, we will apply a voltage source. Then we will apply a voltage source V0 or current source I0 between terminals 1 and 2. Okay, so what we will do in the second case, I am saying that I have circuit with, so I am saying I have circuit with all independent sources off, okay, but all independent sources off, but dependent sources are as it is. Okay, so what will happen in this case, here we can calculate RTH by two ways. Okay, in the first case, what we do, obviously the load has been removed. What will we do? We will use a voltage source V0 of, suppose, say 1 volt, and we will calculate what is the current flowing here. That current I am representing by I0. Okay, this is terminal 1, this is terminal 2. So in this case, RTH will be equal to V0 by I0. Okay, the second method is similar. There is no difference. So means we will turn off all the independent sources and dependent sources are left as it is. But what we will do, across the terminal 1, 2, instead of a voltage source, I will use a current source. A current source of I0 equal to 1 ampere. And because of this current, that is current source, I will see what is the drop across the output. That drop I am representing by V0. Okay, now the ratio, again I will take the ratio here. The ratio V0 by I0 will give me RTH. Here I naught is 1 and here V naught is 1. Okay. So this is how you will calculate RTH. So once you have calculated VTH and RTH, then it's time to draw the equivalent circuit, Thevenin equivalent circuit. Okay. So how this Thevenin equivalent circuit will look like? It will look like that you have a voltage source VTH in series with a resistor RTH, and then once you have drawn this equivalent Thevenin equivalent circuit, then you will connect load here. So this load is, suppose I am saying RL, the current flowing here is IL, this is RTH, VTH. So IL will be equal to VTH divided by RTH plus RL. Okay. IL will be equal to VTH divided by RTH plus RL. And what will be the voltage across the load? What will be the voltage across the load? V will be equal to voltage across the load will be equal to VTH divided by RTH plus RL. This is the current multiplied by the resistance of the load. So this will give you the drop across the load. Got it? So sometimes what we do, sometimes we may get a RTH as negative. So sometimes we may get RTH as negative. Okay. So this signifies, this negative sign, it will signify that V is equal to minus IR. This will signify that V is equal to I into R. So it is negative sign. So minus IR. Okay. This will signify that the circuit is supplying power. Okay, that the circuit is supplying power, which is possible in a circuit with dependent sources. Okay, in case of our dependent sources, we can get this now RTH is equal to negative. So with this theorem, Thevenin theorem, what we are doing, we are replacing a large complex network. If like this, I have a network like this, I am replacing a large complex network, okay, by a simple circuit with a voltage source, okay, with a simple circuit with a single independent voltage source in series with a single resistor. Okay, VTH in series with resistor RTH. So let us solve one or two numericals on this Thevenin equivalent circuit. Suppose I am given a circuit and I am asked to calculate the current through the load. Okay, so the circuit looks like this. So this is my load, 15 ohm. I have a resistor here. This resistor is 60 ohm. This resistor is 90 ohm. So I have a current source here. This current source is 2 ampere. This resistor is 90, and I have a voltage source here. Suppose I am saying this is plus minus 180 volts. Okay. So is there any dependent source in the circuit? No. Okay, so what are we supposed to calculate? We are supposed to calculate the current that is flowing in this 15 ohm resistor. So what is the first step? First step is to calculate RTH. So what I will do, I will remove the resistor. Number one, for calculating RTH. Okay, what I will do, remove load and turn off all the sources, all the independent sources. So if I will turn off all the independent sources, so there will be a short circuit. Resistor, this voltage source will be replaced by a short circuit, and current source will be replaced by a open circuit. So this is my RTH, because I have removed the load, 60 ohm, 90 ohm, 90 ohm, short circuit here and open circuit here, and from here I can calculate RTH between these output terminals. Okay, because I have removed the load. So it will be 90 plus 90, 180 parallel with 60, because there are two paths. This is the first path and this is the second path. So RTH will be equal to 90 plus 90, 180. 180 multiplied by 60 divided by 180 plus 60. So it is 45 ohm. Got it? So I got RTH equal to 45. So the next step is I have to calculate VTH. So if you can see this circuit, can I apply transformation anywhere? So look, I am saying that this is a voltage source in series with a resistor 90 ohm. I can replace this voltage source by a current source in parallel with the same resistor. Okay, so how the circuit will look like? The circuit will look like this. 180 divided by 90 will be 2 ampere. So I will get a 2 ampere current source in parallel with the 90 ohm resistor. Okay, then I have another 2 ampere current source. Okay, then I have a 90 ohm resistor and 60 ohm resistor. Okay, so this is 90, this is 60. What is VTH? VTH is the voltage that is across this 60 ohm resistor. Got it? So if you can say, now I have how many sources I have here? I have two current sources which are parallel. So I can replace these two current sources by a single current source. Okay, so that current source will be 2 plus 2, 4 ampere. Then I have a 90 ohm what I say 90 ohm resistor, then another 90 ohm resistor and 60 ohm resistor. Okay, VTH, this is 90 ohm, this is 60 ohm. Now I have a 4 ampere current source, okay, in parallel with the resistor. Which resistor I am talking about? Okay, can you solve it now? Can you solve it, VTH? It is easy to solve now. You have to, I will draw it here. Now if you can see, this is a current source. Here the current gets divided. One current goes here, another current goes here. So this current follows this path and returns here. And at this point, this current will get added in this current. So I am saying 90 ohm is in parallel with 90 plus 60. Okay. So I am saying I can simply use the current division and I can calculate. Current division I have taught you in the previous classes. Okay. I will not teach you again. Okay. So suppose I am saying here the current was I, which is equal to 4 ampere, and here the current is I1, which is flowing here. So what will be I1 equal to? I1 will be equal to total current, which is 4 ampere, divided by the sum of the resistances. This is 90 ohm resistor and this is 90 plus 60, 150. So it will be 90 plus 150 multiplied by the opposite. We want to calculate the current in this branch, so we will multiply it with the resistance of the opposite branch, which is 90. So I1 will be equal to 4 divided by 150 plus 90 is nothing but 240 multiplied by 90. 6 4s are 24. So I1 will be equal to 9 by 4. It will be 2.25 amperes, I think. Okay. I1 will be equal to, have I committed any mistake? Have I committed any mistake? So it will be 9 divided by 4. 9 divided by 4, 150. If I remember 100, 250. So 90, 240 multiply by 90. So yes, this is 6 here. So that's the mistake. 4, 6 are 24. So it is 6. So it is 9 by 6. So 9 by 6 is equal to, I'm saying 9 by 6. So 2 3s are 3 2s are 3 3s are. So I1 will be equal to 1.5 amperes. So you calculated I1 that is flowing here. So what is VTH? VTH is a drop in 60 ohm. So this I1 will flow in 90, then it will flow in 60. So VTH is nothing but 60 multiplied by I1. So 60 multiplied by 1.5, VTH will be equal to 90 volts. Now let us draw the Thevenin equivalent circuit. So what is the Thevenin equivalent circuit? So it will be like plus minus VTH, so which is 90 in series with RTH, which is 45. Then we have the load in series with this, which is 15 ohm, and we have to calculate I. So I will be nothing but VTH divided by 15 plus 45, and VTH is 90 divided by 60. 3 2s are 3 3s are. So it will be equal to 1.5 amperes. So here I will be equal to current that is flowing in the this load, it will be equal to 1.5 ampere. Okay, so I is equal to 1.5 ampere. So instead of this is a simple circuit, but we can have a more complex circuit. Okay, so this is how what we are doing. Simply we are first removing the load and turning off all the independent sources, then we are calculating RTH. First step. In the second step, we are removing the load and we are calculating the open circuit voltage across this load terminal. So it will give me VTH. Then I will draw the Thevenin equivalent VTH, RTH in series with RTH in series with load. So you have VTH, you have RTH, and you have load resistance. So you can easily calculate the load current or load voltage. Okay, so this was the first problem about this the topic I was talking about, this Thevenin equivalent circuit. So next, let us again solve the circuit, but this time we will solve it for a circuit where we have one this dependent source as well. Okay, so the circuit looks like that. We have a 6-volt voltage source, 5 ohm resistor, 3 ohm resistor. This is terminal A, this is terminal B. Five 1.5 Ix. This is 3, and the current flowing here, it is Ix. Okay, and here I have a 4 ohm resistor. So find the Thevenin equivalent circuit. We have to make the Thevenin equivalent circuit of this. So you know, this is a we are talking about a circuit. This is a circuit with a dependent source. So here we cannot calculate RTH simply by turning off all the sources and measuring RTH from this terminal. Here we have to use a voltage source here at this terminal of 1 volt or a current source of 1 volt, whatever you find, by turning off all the independent sources. So let us calculate RTH. So for calculating RTH, what I have to do, okay, since the circuit has dependent sources, so therefore for calculating RTH, we have to turn off all the independent sources. Okay, and then we will apply a voltage source of 1 volt across the terminal AB. Okay, so if I am turning off this independent voltage source, what will happen? This will be represented by a short circuit. So there will be only one element here. It will be this 5 ohm resistor. So after turning off the dependent sources, all the independent sources, the circuit looks like this. This is A, B, this was 4, this was 3, this was 1.5 Ix, this was Ix, and this is 5, because a voltage source was here in series with this 5 ohm resistor. So that has been turned off by replacing it by a short circuit. So this is how the circuit looks when all the independent sources are turned off. Now I will apply a 1 volt voltage source here. 1 volt. Okay, which is nothing but this is V0. So because of this 1 volt voltage source, some current will flow here. That current I am representing by I0. Then I will take the ratio of V0 by I0. Then I will get RTH. Okay, so what I will do, I will make some simplifications, some transformations here. What I will do, I am saying this is a current source in parallel with a resistor, though it is dependent, but I told you that source transformation, it applies to dependent sources as well. So this dependent current source in parallel with this resistor, it can be converted into a dependent voltage source in series with the same resistor. So how the circuit will look like then? So I am converting this current source into a voltage source. So 5 multiplied by 1.5, it is 7.5 Ix. So in series with the same resistor. So this resistor is 5 ohm. Then I have another resistor 3 ohm. The current flowing here is Ix. 4 ohm, and here I have a voltage source plus minus 1 volt. Okay, now I have two loops in the circuit. I will apply KVL in loop 1. Supposing this is I1 and current here is I2. Okay, here the current was I naught, which was flowing, because this is the positive terminal, the current will flow in this direction. So if we will look at the two loops closely, what is the current in this loop? That current that is flowing through loop current, what is the loop current that is flowing in 5 and 3 ohm resistor? The loop current is I1. And what was the current that was flowing in this 3 ohm resistor that was given to us? It was Ix. So I can say that Ix is equal to I1. Okay, and what is the current that is flowing in this loop 2? Loop current I2. But what is the branch current that is flowing? That is I naught. So I2 and I naught are in opposite direction. So I can write I naught is equal to minus I2. Okay, just remember these 2 points. Got it? So now I will apply KVL in mesh 1. So what I will get? I will get 5ix plus 3ix plus 4, 5 plus 3, 8, ix plus 4, ix minus I2 minus 7.5 ix will be equal to 0. Okay, so it will be 8ix plus 4ix, 12ix, 12ix minus 7.5x, ix will be 4.5, ix minus 4i2 is equal to 0. So this is my equation number first. Now applying KVL in mesh 2, if I will apply KVL in mesh 2, so I will get 4 I2 minus ix is equal to minus 1. Okay, because I am following this direction. So it will 4 I2 minus I1 is equal to minus x. So I will say this is equation number 2nd. So if I will solve these equations, what will I get? I will get 4.5 ix minus 4 I2 is equal to 0, and minus 4 ix plus 4 I2 will be equal to minus 1. So I am left with 0.5 ix is equal to minus 1. So ix is equal to minus 2 ampere. So what do you mean by ix is equal to minus 2 ampere? Means the current will flow. Ix is not flowing in this direction, it is flowing in this direction. So I got the value of ix. So I will substitute the value of ix in equation 1. So after substituting the value of ix in equation 1, what will I get? I will get I2 is minus 2.25. Okay, I2 is equal to minus 2.25. If you will solve it, you will get this I2 is equal to minus 2.25. But I0 is equal to minus I2. So I0 will be equal to minus I2 minus 2.25. So I0 will be equal to 2.25 amperes. So you got the value of I0. So you know what is V0. V0 is equal to 1. You can simply calculate RTH, which is nothing but V0 by I0. So RTH will be equal to V0 by I0. So which is given by 1 divided by 2.25. So RTH will be equal to, so I am saying RTH will be equal to 0.444 ohm. Okay, now in the second step we have to calculate VTH. So how to calculate VTH? What I will do, I will simply redraw the circuit again. So if the problem is given in the examination, you will have to draw these circuits again and again. Okay, it is not like you will draw the circuit once and then you will assume everything. So no, you have to draw it. Okay. So I have to calculate now VTH. VTH is the voltage across this. Okay, you know that I have a 6 ohm 6 volt current voltage source in series with a 5 ohm resistor. So I will convert into a current source in parallel with the same resistor. So what I will get? I will get a current source here, 6 divided by 5, it will be 1.2 ampere in parallel with 5 ohm in parallel with 1.5 Ix. So I have 3 ohm resistor and a 4 ohm resistor. It is 4, it is 3. The current here flowing, it is Ix. Okay, now these two resistors, 1.2 ampere and 1.5 Ix, they are in parallel, so I will replace it by a single current source. Okay, it will be 1.2 plus 1.5 ix. Okay, 1.2 plus 1.5 ix. So what I am left here? I am left here with a 5 ohm resistor, 4 ohm resistor, 3 ohm resistor. Current here is ix. This is A, this is B. Okay, now I can easily calculate VTH. Okay, I know Ix. If I will apply the current division, Ix will be equal to total current 1.2 plus 1.5 Ix divided by the sum of the resistance. This is 4 plus 3 7, 7 plus 5 12 multiplied by the opposite resistance. So Ix is the current that is flowing here. So the what is the resistor that is opposite to this branch? It is 5 multiplied by 5. Okay, so what I will get, this is 7 plus 5 12. So I will transpose it here. I will get 12 Ix is equal to 6 plus 7.5 Ix. So Ix will be equal to, if I will calculate taking it here, it will be 4.5 Ix is equal to 6, which implies Ix is equal to 6 divided by 4.5. Okay, so I have calculated Ix. Now I have to calculate VTH. VTH is nothing but the current that is flowing in this 4 ohm resistor, which is nothing but Ix multiplied by 4. So VTH is nothing but Ix multiplied by 4. So it will be 6 divided by 4.5 multiplied by 4. So it will be 24 divided by 4.5. So I will remove the decimal. I will get 240 divided by 45. So solving this using calculator, VTH will be equal to 5.333 volt. So once you have calculated VTH, now draw the Thevenin equivalent circuit. Thevenin equivalent circuit will be, this is my terminal A, this is B, this is RTH. RTH was equal to 0.444 ohm and VTH was equal to 5.333 volt. So this is the equivalent circuit. So this is how you will solve a circuit, any complex circuit, using Thevenin theorem. So I think I should take a break and I should continue maximum power transfer theorem in the second video of this lecture number. Which lecture I am solving today? In the second video of lecture number 11. Okay, thank you.